classroom. I'm Cathy K, and I'm here to answer another question about a rule of golf. After the last video I posted that talked about how to take relief from abnormal course condition in a bunker, I was bombarded with the question of, hey, isn't it 2 penalty strokes to get that ball out of the bunker? Well, obviously not in that scenario, but we're going to take a look at Rule 19 today, unplayable ball, and see just when that comes into play, when it will cost you 2 strokes to get it out of the bunker. But before we get in depth into that, I want to review once again the materials that I use as reference, that you can also use as reference to find answers to any of your rules questions. Let's take a look. Alrighty, now that you know where to look to find the answers, let's answer that question. Hey, isn't it 2 strokes to get that ball out of the bunker? Now, Rule 19, unplayable ball, addresses what to do when the player says, my ball's unplayable anywhere on the golf course. But to answer the question that I was posed about getting it out of the bunker, we're going to look specifically at 19.3, relief options for the ball unplayable in the bunker. Okay? So here's our little player over here, and they have hit their shot into this bunker, and it has lodged itself right up in the face of the bunker. So when they get there, they determine, oh, this is ugly, I can't play it, I want to take an unplayable. Relief option, we're going to have 4 options here, okay? And option number 1, as it is in many relief options, is to simply go back and play that ball from where it was last played. So we would determine our reference point, step 1, here it is, and then we get to measure 1 club length no closer to the hole. This is going to look very familiar. I'm measuring 1 club length out, all the way around in that half circle. That entire area is our relief option for option 1 of playing from where we last played. Okay, let's take a look at a second option, which is lateral. Let me check the book. I want to get this right for you. Oh, no, I'm changing my mind. It's back on the line relief. So you have maybe seen this before when you're dealing with penalty areas. If I keep this point of where the ball is in line with my flag stick, I can come back on that line with the stipulation of keeping it in the bunker. Okay? That will cost me +1 penalty stroke, as did coming back to play from where I previously played. I'm going to put a +1 up here, so you know that would be 1 penalty stroke, and this coming back on the line is also +1 penalty stroke. So I think right here is a great spot. I'm right on that line, and again, I get to measure my 1 club length no closer to the hole, and that entire half circle is the area that I now need to, from knee height, drop the ball to get it back in play. Okay, option number 3 is lateral relief. So from the location, the actual spot of where the ball lies, that is now my reference point. Okay, remember here from where I last played was my reference point, back on the line. In the third option of lateral relief, the actual location of the ball is my reference point. And on this one, I get to measure 2 club lengths, okay? No closer to the hole. So let's come up 1 here, there's 2, and 2 here. It's a much bigger area. Any place in that, no closer to the hole, is now where I need to simply drop from knee height. Again, it's +1 for a penalty stroke. Okay, so let's review. Option 1, play from where we last played. Option 2, come back on the line, 1 penalty stroke. Option 3, lateral 2 club lengths from where the ball lies, 1 penalty stroke. It's option 4 that you were thinking of when I talked about taking relief from the abnormal course condition, because this is the one that will cost you 2 penalty strokes. And how it works is, for that 4th option, it's back on the line. So again, same line, but now the line can extend back here into the fairway outside of the bunker. I just pick a spot along that, maybe my favorite yardage, and it's back to 1 club length for the measure, the half circle, and this is where we get the +2, okay? Knee-high drop from anywhere in that relief area, and you're back in business. Let's consider now, whoops, a little pen magic there. Let's consider now when a player might want to put that 4th option into effect, because you're paying for it. You're taking that extra penalty stroke, so it's nothing to take lightly, correct? With the position of the ball that I used previously, with the ball lodged right up here in the front part of the bunker, we have a lot of room to just take 1 penalty stroke, that back on the line, the lateral, and even coming back here. Although this one really doesn't look that appealing because we're over here in the trees. So we might want to be keeping it in the bunker and just taking 1 penalty stroke. But let's move the position of our ball. Let's say it came out and it barely trickled in, and now, well, I gotta move it because of the shape of my bunker. I'm gonna put it right here. It just barely fell in. And the back lip on this bunker is substantial. So you might be looking at that thinking, how in the world am I going to get a club on that? Let's take a look at an actual example of this particular setup. Did you see how that player, besides having a very awkward stance, was near impossible to get a club face on that ball? And the other obstacles we have then is that there isn't anywhere that's not closer to the hole by keeping the ball in the bunker. So our options become, go back here and play the ugly shot from the trees, or option 4, we come back on the line, our line's a little different angle this time, and come outside here, choose the spot, 1 club length around, and it's +2. So that's one example of when we might put that 4th option and take the 2 penalty strokes. Another option could be, depending on a player's skill level, they really don't like playing from bunkers. They're afraid of them, they haven't practiced them, whatever the case is, they can at any time say, I'm in the sand, I'm in that bunker, it will take me 5 to get out, so it's pretty cheap for me to pay only 2 strokes. And that ball could be just laying right here in the middle. And they just think, I don't want to play that. Maybe the lip is really steep out in front of them. For whatever reason, they can always just say, this ball that seems another player might elect to try and play it, they're going to say, hey, it's unplayable. They come back on the line, go through the procedure, and just take 2 strokes to get that ball back in play. Okay, so one more time in summary. We're in Rule 19, Unplayable Ball, and specifically 19.3, relief options for that ball unplayable in the bunker. option number 1. Come back and replay from the previous position, +1 penalty stroke. We can come back on the line, keeping it in the bunker. We have our spot, +1 penalty stroke. We have our lateral, which was 2 club lengths, so a much bigger area, 1 stroke penalty. And we have that 4th option where we can just come back on the line, take our area outside the bunker, and it's 2 club lengths. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, how in the world am I going to remember all that? Oh, you've got your book. And there is a wonderful illustration. Take a look. So that's another reason why you always want to have that little player's edition tucked away handy in your golf bag. So that's a wrap with 19.3, your options on what to do in a bunker with an unplayable lie. I hope this has helped give you clarity on when it would cost 1 stroke and when you have that option to take 2 stroke penalty to get out of that bunker. All right, I'm Cathy K, happy to answer your golf rules questions. If you find yourself in a unique position and you snap a picture, send it on over. I'll feature it in the next video as I answer your questions. But until then, I hope you hit them straight and many pars to you.